Hi, my name is John Patterson, owner and founder of Patt Sauces and Rubs. I'm going to give you a little rundown of my seasonings. This right here is a smoky herb seasoning. It's a seasoning that has herbs up in it, a little smoky flavor to it. I was first cooking at Pat Ugly Burger, and then when the pandemic hit, I had to quit cooking, so everybody wanted me to try the seasoning. I didn't want to do it at first, so eventually, after everybody pressured me, I decided to do it. And it just started off something to do until I started cooking again. But after my first order, I started getting like orders, and I started getting like a lot of orders after that. And this became a passion. So once that started, I just started making more seasonings and more sauces and more rubs and going on from there.
So you're cooking before, and then the pandemic hit, and that kind of...
It kind of stopped me from cooking.
Okay.
And so I didn't know, I was just going to wait. And then everybody was asking me, should I need to, do I want to sell my seasonings and my sauces? I was like, no, because I didn't feel like going through with it. And then, after a while, I decided to do it. I had something to do to pass the time. And after that, it became a passion. And so after that, I just started making more seasoning, more salsa. Then I went into breadings and started doing marinades and wet rubs, and it just went on from there.
Were you selling your product just by word of mouth, or was it all predominantly internet sales?
It was first word of mouth. So I didn't, because it wasn't nothing big for me. I wasn't thinking about actually doing nothing with it. It was just until, because I was set on cooking. And then once I seen how this started taking off and I started being more creative and learning more about the seasonings and stuff, it started became a passion for me. So that's when I started doing like the internet and stuff. At this point, well, actually last year was like it was like a big turning point for me last year. I I got in contact with this dude at William Cowles. He's like president of the Black Chamber of Commerce. He told his guy Allison about me because he's opened up a restaurant called Sweet Brothers Barbecue Joint, and he got in contact with me. I went to his restaurant while he was building it, and me and him talked. I showed him some different seasonings, and he liked some of the stuff I had, and he asked me to make a special seasoning for him. That's how I got into the signature stuff.
Okay.
So he asked me to make a special seasoning for him, and I did that. Once I started cooking with him, doing stuff with him, and learning the business with him, I started expanding from there. So went from mostly internet sales, word of mouth to internet sales. Then I started doing the businesses. So he was the first business I actually done. And then from him, I went to 3 grocery stores at a farmer's market in Champaign, Common Grounds Food Co-op in Urbana, and Ingles Food and Deli in Fisher. And then from there, I went to the University of Illinois to their varsity room. So they're using my seasoning there also. I like the creativity part about it. So I'm able to create stuff that comes to my head. So if I think about doing it, I do it. If I think about taste pattern, I do it. And I don't just go for taste. I like to go a step further and go for flavor, because there's a difference between flavor and taste. With taste, you just eat something, oh, that tastes good, and that's it. With flavor, you will eat it, you can smell it. It goes to all your 5 senses. Once you open it up, you can smell it. So you got the aroma of it. Then you eat it, and you can just taste it once you get done, and you're like, oh, this is real good. And it's something that you're going to always remember. So that just became a passion to me to do stuff like that. And actually I just like to watch people expressions when they eat the food that I make.